Good afternoon, Cincinnati. This is Smokestack Cindy coming to you across the airwaves at WAIF, Cincinnati, 88.3 FM in the Cincinnati area, or streaming live at www.waif883.org. WAIF-FM, as a community radio station, serves only to open its airwaves to responsible, divergent points of view. The opinions expressed during this program do not reflect the views of WAIF, its staff, or Board of Trustees. The opinions expressed reflect my own views or the views of my guests. Thank you for listening to WAIF Cincinnati. It is Thursday afternoon. It's snowing here in the greater Cincinnati area. What's it doing in your part of the country? Hopefully I have some new listeners streaming today. I'd like to say welcome to the show, Johanna. She's all the way over in Stockholm, Sweden. Glad to know you're listening. And hey, Pete, how's things in Carbondale, Pennsylvania? Tracy, Reedy, if you guys are listening, what's the weather going to be like in another 12 hours? You guys should have it over there in Illinois right now. Let us know. All righty. I think we're going to start off, I don't know, maybe with some Grateful Dead. How about this?
Bring out your day!
and that was a little drums for you with Mickey Hart sitting in. The date for that was October 20th, 1974, and that was at the Winterland in San Francisco. And that happened to have been the last Wall of Sound show. Do you have a business that you would like to underwrite on WAIF? We offer very cost-friendly rates. We can target your underwriting to any show that you choose. Call one of our underwriting experts today at 513-749-1444 or at 513-961-8900 and find out how you can get your business information to our listeners. The cost of underwriting is very affordable, and you can underwrite and still stay within your budget. WAIF will help you reach our community with your message. You will be helping your business as well as this great radio station, WAIF 88.3, what radio is meant to be. All right, Cincinnati, you are in luck because I have a special guest in the studio today. I have Festy Famous Phat Rob in here with me today. You want to say hi to our listening audience, Phat Rob?
Hello, hello. How you doing, Ohio?
I assume everyone said they're great. It's a great day to be alive, right?
Indeed.
All right, Rob, you want to introduce yourself to all of our listeners? I'm sure that, a good 80% of our listeners actually personally know you, but for those who don't, tell us about yourself.
Well, I'm from Middletown, Ohio, currently reside in Cincinnati, and I've been going about the Ohio music scene for about a dozen, maybe like 14 years now. Starting out with hookah when I was a teenager.
Hookah, you were going to the infamous Hookahvilles, eh?
Oh yeah, that was my first festival. It was the one right after they had Willie Nelson in the big deluge they had at the Frontier Ranch. Bruce Hornsby was there and the Wailers, and I'd already seen hookah a couple times, but not on a big stage with a big, massive PA like that. It was a very formative experience.
I'm sure, as festivals usually are for people. It's either you're all in or you're all out after your first one, usually.
Oh, yeah.
So besides going to festivals, which we will get back to, I know you're a well-rounded person. You want to tell us about any of the projects you're involved in?
Well, I work as a stagehand for Proton Productions down in Kentucky, and then I get to work out at Deer Creek during the summers as a stagehand as well. I try and help out as many bands as I can. I've met a lot of these guys over the years, and they're all so good, and I really want to get their music and that vibe out to the people I like to spend my time with. So do that a lot.
So you're also involved with Buckeye Music Magazine, I believe?
Yes, ma'am. Those are some dear old friends of mine from hometown in Middletown. They're led by Jimmy and Chubby, and Chubby's been a taper for decades, and he really, really enjoys recording everybody and getting that music out as best he can. And just a couple years ago, they had the dream come to fruition, and Buckeye Music Magazine is off the ground and doing really well. It
is doing spectacular. We see them all over the place. They usually have the best spot for some photographs, I've always noticed, and Ramblin Rob has had contact with them more than I have, but I know he likes those guys. So.
Oh, they're great.
Yeah, and they're doing a lot for our scene, Ohio has a lot of the whole tri-state area has a lot of really good music coming out of it, and more people need to know about it.
Indeed. We're really blessed here in Ohio. We have a great community. We've got a lot of good artists that stick within the scene and really support each other, and it's really, really a blessing to be part of it. Buckeye Music Magazine is bringing Acoustic Hookah to Middletown tomorrow, Friday night, and that's really exciting for me because that's where it all began. I'm really, really, really looking forward to that.
Yeah, that's exciting. So you're also a part of another group called Nocturnal Arts. You want to tell us just a minute about that, and we'll probably get back to that again.
Well, we are a group that likes to play with fire for the audience. We started in 2010. Jilly Bean and Doodle and Drew Dilla and myself all got together and decided we wanted to take this on the road, and we've gotten to be a part of a lot of festivals in the past few years, and still trying to push forward and make the show a little more intriguing for everybody.
Yeah. It's always a very, very fun time when your group is with us at the festivals. I think we're going to move on and play a little bit of music since we've whetted everybody's appetite and they now know just enough about you that they want to hear more. We're gonna not give it to them yet. We're gonna make them listen to a song. I think we are gonna play. We're gonna play one of Ramblin' Rob's favorites. He is in love with the other one, so I think we'll go there.
lady come to me, she lays on me this rug. It rainbows by around and round, it trembles and explodes. It left a smoking crater of my mind, I like to blown away. But the heat come round and busted me for smiling on a cloudy day. Coming over, coming around, coming over, coming around, coming, coming around, coming around.
And that was the other one. That one was also from October 20th, 1974, Wonderland Theater, San Francisco, California. WAIF-FM reminds you to buy products made from recycled materials. The next time you're shopping, look for products that say, made from recycled materials, and buy them. Lend a helping hand in protecting Mother Earth. This message brought to you by WAIF 88.3 Cincinnati and yours personally, Smokestack Cindy. Alrighty, I think I'm going to play a David Grisman and Jerry Garcia tune off the album So What, and this is actually a David Grisman tune called 1616. Alrighty, Cincinnati. I completely and totally misspoke when I said that was Grisman and Garcia. That was not Grisman and Garcia. I don't know what I'm talking about, apparently. That was Sanjay-Mishra featuring Jerry Garcia, and the name of that tune is Allegro, off of the album Blue Incantation. All right, we are back with Phat Rob. So I want to hear a little more about that first festival you ever went to and what made you get hooked.
Well, just the feeling of community at these shows is really, really palpable. Everybody seems to be friends with one another, and everybody's always so happy to see one another, and the music's such a big part of it. It does so much to bring folks together, and I mean, it certainly wasn't the weather. It stunk. It was a mud pit. I was walking down Shakedown Street, and my buddy just lost his shoe forever in the mud. So it definitely wasn't that aspect of it. The folks at Disco Pizza definitely have been a big part of keeping me going in this thing. They are staples in Ohio, and they do a lot more than feed everybody. They're good folks.
They are. I agree. Don't you wish you could just call in an order for a Disco Pizza whenever?
I've asked that for years.
Rob keeps saying that we're going to leave one of those festivals with a par-cooked Disco Pizza so we can just take it home and finich cooking it later.
That's a fine idea.
We haven't done it yet, though. He keeps saying it, but we haven't done it. So, yeah, shoes are an interesting thing. That's how we met. You and I.
That's right. Smokestack Stindy and Ramblin' Rob saved my weekend one time out at Kepner's Woods. It was something fantastic, and I'd bought a pair of cheap Walmart flip-flops, and they busted within the first hour of getting there, and I went around to the vendors asking for sewing thread and needles and Gorilla Tape, anything, and they had all of it, and I was able to go the rest of the weekend without being barefoot. So thanks again.
No problem. Always glad to help. I try to pack just a little bit of everything. I'm always ready for the apocalypse. You never know when you're going to have to head for the hills.
No kidding.
Run for the hills and go. So like at this moment, you will find 5 dice in my purse so that no matter if you're stuck in an airport or anywhere, we can play Yahtzee. Dang it.
Cool.
And we won't be bored.
Right on. A little bit of CeeLo.
I agree. So yeah, I agree. It is the community at these music festivals. People just can't understand if they haven't been there. But some of our best friends we get to see once or twice a year, and we just can't wait to see them. And the only place we're gonna probably get to see them is at a music festival. And it was the same thing. I started way back with the Grateful Dead, and didn't really know anything about music festivals per se. I just knew about the circus that was followed around with the Grateful Dead, and that is what it was. It was that community. It was that, if you got too inebriated and stumbled into the wrong campfire, the people at the campfire are going to welcome you. They're going to feed you. They're going to give you water. If you need a place to lay down, they're going to give you a blanket. And the next morning when you wake up, you'll have your new best friends.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, everybody understands that we got to take care of each other, and they do so.
That's right.
And if you're listening, keep that in mind for next season. Look out for your fellow folks.
That's right. Rob always likes to talk about dedicate. You know, doing things because they're right, not just because you want to or whatever, but eventually, hopefully, just because you should turns into you want to.
Indeed.
For sure. So, where was the first hookahville that you went to? Was that up at what used to be called Buckeye Lake?
Yeah, it's Buckeye Lake, now called Legend Valley. Boy, I remember seeing people slide down that hill. If you've been there, you know the big hill at Buckeye Lake that I'm talking about. Like I said, it was a deluge that weekend, and I sat hanging out with my Uncle Phil, and we just watched people come skidding down that hill. It was hilarious.
They needed some trash bags and just make it a ride. I have actually seen a giant slip and slide done out there. They had one last year, I think it was, and they were using like banners as the slip and slides.
Yeah. I think it was Jubilees. No.
It was a couple falls ago. It was super duper hot, and I didn't know anything about it until like after the fact. I was like, oh no, I could have been getting over there playing in the water. It's 110 degrees. So everybody likes Buckeye Lake. I have personal memories because that's where I saw the Grateful Dead first. But what are some of your other favorite venues?
I'm a big fan of Camp America out in Oxford. It's a really cool spot. Lots of shade. The ownership is really kind. They're really a part of every show that comes there, and I've had some extremely good times up at Zane Shawnee Caverns in Bell Fountain. We had the first couple of workouts up there, and Peace Through Music Festival, that is, and we anticipate being there in the future for sure.
Yeah, I really like that place. Lucky has his Festival of Fire up there. He just put out this year's flyer yesterday, I think, or day before that.
Yeah, I saw that. Last year it was definitely the Festival of Water. It's the first time I'd been rained on that badly since probably since that first hookahville.
Yeah, we thought our awning was going to twist around. There was some strange windy vortexes, and the opposing legs started all going in, and I was just like, oh my God, Dorothy, take me home. But I really like Camp America too. Last year, I think, I always hate to name just a favorite, but I think the festival that Ramblin' Rob and I had the most fun at last year was the Wham Bam Thank You Jam they have out there. That was a really good time.
Those guys know how to party.
Oh my goodness.
Let me tell you what, Love of Life Productions, that's a nonprofit show. They do that just for the love of it. I actually hooked up with my dear Heather there. And we've been celebrating our anniversary there every year since.
Nice. It was a good party. That was just such a good time, and there were so many good bands to see, and Rob got some really great interviews there. We got VIP passes, which was really sweet because they have a really nice VIP lounge they do for the musicians and stuff.
Oh yeah.
That was good times. So what are some of your favorite festivals? And I bet some of them probably overlap your favorite venues.
Oh yeah, definitely. Gotta say the workout. Good Lord, those boys have been so good to me through the years, and it's really good to see that they've grown and succeeded like they have. Peace Through Music Festival, unfortunately, isn't happening this year, I've heard. Wham Bam, like we said, those guys, man, nothing but love comes out of them. They really enjoy what they do, and it really shines through in their festival. Jimmy Hamden up in Dayton throws a free festival every spring in celebration of his wife's birthday, and I'm looking forward to doing that with him again. We've been having some good shows up at the Eagles in Troy. They have a beautiful spot up there with a pond and some nice big old growth trees, and they've been getting this big inflatable stage the past couple years, and in case the weather gets bad, they've got a big barn they can push the show into, which they had to do for hookah one time, which was really fortunate.
Yeah, having an alternate location is always a good thing at the festivals because you just never know what the weather is going to be like.
Plan B, baby.
Yep, always got to have a plan B. All right, I think we're going to go ahead and play a couple of tunes here, and then we'll get back with Phat Rob. I think we're going to play a little Quicksilver Messenger Service.
Time to musk up.
Wow. Never ceases to amaze me. What cologne are you gonna go with? London Gentleman or... Wait. No. Hold on. Blackbeard's Delight.
No. She gets a special cologne. It's called Sex Panther by Odeon. It's illegal in 9 countries. Yep. It's made with bits of real panther, so you know it's good.
It's quite pungent.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh, it's a formidable scent. It stings the nostrils. In a good way.
Yeah.
Brian, I'm gonna be honest with you. That smells like pure gasoline.
They've done studies, you know. 60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. How about the
Some of the
monitors?
baddest people in the world, the Quicksilver Messenger Service.
just one thing for me. Please forget you knew my name, darling. Shake it, Sugaree. Just don't tell 'em that you know me. Shake it, Sugaree. Just don't tell 'em that you know me. Never could do no wrong, and everything's so uptight. I'll come and lay awake all night long. Just one thing I ask of you, just one thing for me. Please forget you knew my name, my darling Sugaree. Shake it, Sugaree. Just don't tell 'em that you know me. Shake it, Sugaree. Just don't tell 'em that you know me. Shake it up now, Sugaree. I'll meet you at the Jubilee. If that Jubilee don't come, baby, I'll meet you on the run. Just one thing I ask of you, just one thing for me. Please forget you knew my name, my darling. Shake it, Sugaree. Just don't tell 'em that you know me. Shake it, Sugaree. Just don't tell 'em that you know me.
All right, and that was Mike Connolly performing Sugaree from December 4th, 1913. Wow, that's an old recording. 2013 at HD Beans and Bottles in Silverton, Ohio. That was just last month. That was pretty good. Mike, what did you think, Jennifer? And before that, we played Fresh Air by Quicksilver Messenger Service from the last days at the Fillmore. Vegan Earth has a vegan potluck with a speaker the third Sunday of each month. All are welcome, and the gathering is free. For more information about the group and their events, call 513-929-2500 or visit their website at www.veganearthus.org. So there you go. Thinking about being a vegan? Go there. All right, Mr. Phat Rob, Nocturnal Arts. Tell us exactly what the Nocturnal Arts are.
Well, there's an art form referred to as, it's called poi. It's two balls on the end of chains, and that's kind of like the backbone of it. If you're listening, think about Polynesian fire dancers, and you're in the right area. But that these guys have also taken it to other levels with stabs and fans and rope darts, which is an East Asian weapon, and it's a dart on the end of a long rope, and it's swung around and shot off of joints and whatnot. And we light it all on fire, and we make it look pretty, and it's a little bit of danger, a little bit of dazzle, and it's a good time.
I was just reading an article online actually about poi and the metaphysical properties for the person performing poi. So poi is beautiful to watch, but I imagine that the experience of performing is something different.
Oh, it's definitely a rush, and I recall while I was learning how to do it that I learned a lot about myself, in that it requires a whole lot of symbiosis between the left brain and the right brain, because it kind of has to be symmetrical or it looks dumb. I mean, even more so than playing the guitar, the left hand, the right hand, it really brought things to the center and taught me how to do things ambidextrously quite a bit.
That's pretty cool. So if someone was interested in beginning poi, what would you suggest to them? What do they need?
You could go so far as to just grab a couple tube socks and tennis balls. My first set, my friend took 2 tennis balls and cut crosses in them so that he could fill them with pennies, and then tied a good knot in a rope and stuck it in there and taped it off with duct tape, and you're in business. There are plenty of us abound in Cincinnati. If I know there's a group that goes to parks on, I believe it's Tuesday nights, for drum circles and spinning, and obviously they're not doing that right now, but once it warms up, they'll get back. But they I think they pick a different park each week, and they get together and they drum and they spin, and hell, look me up if you want. I'll teach you how to do it. I'm not very good, but I'll tell you what I know.
Those who cannot teach, right?
Right.
There you go. So a person who can, like myself, who can write forward and backwards with each of their, right forward to their right hand and backwards with their left hand, might naturally be a little better at it?
I would think so. You might be the first person I've met that has that particular talent. She's describing starting in the center and then working her way out. That's crazy.
Well, it's not crazy, and you probably know more people who can do it. People probably just have never attempted to do it.
True.
And
you know, what I've told people is, if I could do that, you can do that. Believe me.
That's true. Everything, most everything is about practice. That's what I tried to teach my youngest son. If you aren't good the first time, that's okay. Try it again.
Yeah, everybody sucks when they start.
Yeah. So cool. So you guys get invited to go to the festivals to be part of the entertainment?
A lot of times we get invited. Sometimes we just have to pester the hell out of the promoter. That was usually my role. But my favorite gig that I've done with them was hands down Land of Illusion in Middletown, dressing up as zombies and spinning fire in front of a crowd. That was awesome. My friend Calvin brought me a giant jack-o'-lantern, and I put it on my head and spun one time. That was
disorienting.
Little bit. Little bit. I was more worried about toppling over because it was,
Waiting.
I mean, look at my head. It was a big-ass pumpkin.
That's funny stuff. Now, your girl Heather is a stilt walker also. Is that part of the Nocturnal Arts, or is that a different group?
She's done it for Nocturnal, but she primarily does that with the Amazing Giants out of Columbus. They're headed up by Jesse Jim. She's just that. She is a Jim. She's got a big group up there, and they do all kinds of functions. They did the big Halloween gig up on High Street, marching up and down, and they recently did the President's Cup, big golf outing.
Wow.
Apparently that's a big deal. I'm not a golfer, but when I told some folks that are golfers that she was doing that, they were really shocked.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I think that I have a little clip of Heather. I think it's on Ramblin' Rob's Greatest Story Ever Told YouTube page video from Dark Star Jubilee, and I think it might be when I was recording Gans and Rumpke Mountain Boys.
Oh yeah, that was a good time.
Yeah.
They initially weren't gonna make it toward the stage for that particular show, and I wasn't having it. It
was cold, and those girlies were not wearing very much weather protective clothing.
And God bless them for it.
They're beautiful, that's for sure, but they looked cold to me. It's the mom in me coming out, I guess. All righty. Well, I think we're going to move on to another quick tune, and then we will get back with Mr. Phat Rob. Let's see. I think we're going to play a little David Gans, since David was down at Stanley's this Tuesday, and Ramblin' Rob got to hang out with him both on Tuesday and Friday. So this is, I think, Rob's favorite David Gans tune, Down to Eugene.
Here we are. I'm Hadley, internal medicine. Dr. Lafong, communicable diseases. Dr. Boyer, bacteriology. And Dr. Stinson, Marston and Gill of the Northampton Trauma Institute. And Dr. Imhouse of the Zurich Relief Fund. These are our newly arrived surgeons, Drs. Trowbridge and Greenbaum. Doctor? 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 Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor? Doctor? Doctor? Doctor? Doctor? Doctor? Doctor? Doctor? Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor?
Doctor? Doctor? Doctor? Doctor? And doctor. Well, we miss anyone?
Well, my car's gassed up and I'm ready to roll. I got one eye open for the highway patrol. The other eye's open for that freeway sign. 300 miles and I'm making good time. Well, my stomach's growling, but my head's been fed. I'm going down to Eugene to see the Grateful Dead. Down to Eugene to see the Grateful Dead. The tape deck's cranking out a rattling sound. In a sympathetic rhythm to the wheel go round. Sporty Ute's eating me up alive. This thing don't do more than 55. But I can sleep in the back, it's a roadside bed. I'm going down to Eugene to see the Grateful Dead. Down to Eugene to see the Grateful Dead. Well, everybody needs a little break sometimes. Life gets too precise. Put a little slack in that old straight line and take some weird all eyes and ears. Look at all these friends I ain't seen in years. Tripped out hippies, rag and bone, young .com tie-dye cellular phone. Sister Selena and Tennessee Jet are going down to Eugene to see the Grateful Dead. Down to Eugene to see the Grateful Dead. To the parking lot, I might get lost. Best place in the world to get your wires crossed. Reality shatters when you leap and shout. Some people go in and they never come out. I ain't been the same since my sanity fled. I'm going down to Eugene to see the Grateful Dead. Down to Eugene to see the Grateful Dead. Said everybody needs a little break sometimes. Life gets too precise. Put a little slack in that old straight line and take some weird advice. Well, my car's gassed up and I'm ready to roll. I got one eye open for the highway patrol. The other eye's open for that freeway sign. 600 miles and I'm making good time. Well, my stomach's growling, but my head's being fed. I'm going down to Eugene to see the Grateful Dead. Said my stomach's growling, but my head's being fed. I'm going on to the Greek to see the Grateful Dead. Out to Deer Creek to see the Grateful Dead. To MSG to see the Grateful Dead. Fillmore East to see the Grateful Dead. Fillmore West to see the Grateful Dead. Acid test to see the Grateful Dead.
Fadeaway-Grateful Dead doing Candyman from August 30th, 1970. The KQED Studios, San Francisco, California. And before that, we had old Mr. David Gans doing Down to Eugene, which Ramblin' Rob was really excited last week when he went to a little house party at Perry's. David did his encore, and it was Down to Eugene. So he got to hear the one he wanted to hear. Let's see. On Saturdays from 10 to noon, enjoy the program Happy Weekend with your host, Gerhard Eiler, as he takes you back to the old country with beautiful German music right here on WAIF 88.3 Cincinnati. So I have failed the last couple of weeks to remind everybody that you can catch up with Ramblin' Rob and get reminders about the show weekly by joining his Facebook page. Just ask him to be a friend and he will happily accept, and that would be Ramblin' Rob on Facebook. You can also send him an email at ramblinrob883@hotmail.com. Let him know how Smokestack Cindy's doing. Put in your requests, ask a question, just say hi, whatever. Rob likes to know who's listening. We like knowing we have people that we're doing this for. All right. Let's get back with Phat Rob. We had a specific reason for having you in today, and we have not gotten around to it. I believe you are about to have your 11th annual 21st birthday, correct?
Yes, ma'am. I'm excited. We're going to be up at Park Street Tavern in Columbus, Ohio, 525 North Park Street. We're getting started Saturday night. Doors at 8 o'clock. $10 to get in. It's going to be a good one. I'm super stoked. We got the Rumpke Mountain Boys from Cincinnati, Ohio, headlining this year. They're going to have special guest David Gans of the Tales from the Golden Road on Grateful Dead radio. And then we've also got Boogie Matrix from Toledo. Those boys have been, this will be their 4th year in a row. They've been super supportive of this thing, and they've really brought the house down for us. And we're also going to have the first band not from Ohio this year. Got some honorary Ohioans from Muncie, Indiana called Glow Stick Willie. Little 3-piece outfit. Those boys shred.
Love those guys. Buddha may be the best bass player out there, in my humble opinion.
Man, he's real casual about kicking butt, too.
He is. He is so... Maybe that's why they call him Buddha. I don't think it's because he looks like Buddha.
It has nothing to do with his belly, not at all.
I don't think so. He is just smooth.
He's a regular Adonis.
Love those guys, though. Yeah, they're actually going to be playing at Stanley's, I believe, the last day of the month with KR3.
Yeah, that is going to be a good one.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Cool. So, what do you want for your birthday, just in case any of our listeners are just curious what they should be bringing to you?
I could use a sledgehammer. I got a bunch of wood to split for this summer.
You got a wedge?
I got a wedge.
All right.
I got a wedge.
The sledgehammer.
I tried using my forehead, but it got a little painful.
Ouch. Shoe didn't work either, huh?
No, hell no.
Dang. Did you have an enjoyable New Year and holiday?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we went up to Columbus for the Works. And, dude, they put on a really good show. We lost a family member recently in our Works family, and they put on a good show in his memory. I was pretty excited.
That's awesome. And did you get anything memorable for Christmas?
I got a bunch of tools. That's what I wanted. That's what I needed, and I put them to use. I actually used them for the New Year's show. The Works asked me to be Father Time on stage, so took what I got and made a scythe out of a stick that I found up at the caverns this summer, and an old table that was in the trash pile.
There you go. Ingenuity at its best. I love it.
Mm-hmm. Low rent MacGyver, baby.
Making do is awesome. I love it. There is always more than one way to skin a cat, I say.
Oh, yeah.
And I love finding the extra ways. So, any kind of shout outs you wanted to give to anybody?
No, not at all.
You know what? I bet you do, and I think I'll play a tune or two while you contemplate that.
All right. Thanks.
Okay, sound good?
Yep.
All right. I think we will play some Grateful Dead and some Rumpke Mountain Boys. But very shortly, we are going to be playing some Dark Star Orchestra. And heads up, I have another set of tickets to give away this week. So y'all better be paying attention when I play so you know what song to tell Ramblin' Rob on his Facebook page. But here we go with Heaven Help the Fool.
One thing that puzzles me is the makeup of your audience. It seems to be predominantly young boys.
Well, it's a sexual thing, really. It's aside from the identifying that the boys do with us, there's also like a reaction to the female to our music. What was it?
They're quite fearful.
Yeah.
That was my theory. They see us on stage with tight trousers. We've got, armadillos in our trousers. I mean, it's really quite frightening, the size.
Yeah.
And they run screaming.
struggle. All my safety begins to unbuckle. I don't want to slip, so I've tightened my grip. You can tell by the white in my knuckle. Getting myself into trouble. Think I could use me a double. Will you find me a twin or a tall glass of gin, and I'll pull myself out of the rubble. Folded the 10 on the old train. Circus rolls off through the midnight rain. Faded and lonely and falling behind. Me a suit and some black leather shoes, and tear me a page from your Wall Street news. Hide my eyes from the light and I'll sleep through the night, if that's the life you would want me to choose. Scatter my cards on your table, feeling a little unstable. Coming to terms with the lessons I've learned, I'd stand if I thought I was able. Folded the 10 on the old train. Circus rolls off through the midnight rain. Faded and lonely and falling behind. Soup in the kettle, the baker was feeling unsettled. Baby is crying, the skillet ain't frying, the biscuits are burned to the metal. Give me the keys to the castle, if it just wasn't quite such a hassle. So beg the change, staying just out of range of my three-pointed hat and my tassel. Folded the 10 on the old train, circus rolls off through the midnight rain. Faded and lonely and falling behind. My light and my timing, stolen my cloud silver lining. I wake in the morning, I face the day's storm, and I hope that my star can keep shining. I'm wearing the face we call laughter, to keep from swinging myself from a rafter. Wandered adrift, now the water's too swift, but I'm holding out for the hereafter. Folded the 10 on the old train, circus rolls off through the midnight rain. Faded and lonely and falling behind. Case with a handle, I'm feeling it's time I should ramble. I'd be miles away by the break of the day, burning flames at both ends of the candle. I feel like I'm showing my age, like a prisoner too long in the cage. Time's growing thin, so I'll say it again, that it's time that we read the next page. Folded the 10 on the old train, circus rolls off through the midnight rain. Faded and lonely and falling behind. Folded the 10 on the old train, circus rolls off through the midnight rain. Faded and lonely and falling behind.
That was U.S. Blues. September 10th, 1974, at the Alexandria Palace, London, England. London was lucky enough to have the Grateful Dead with them for a little while. And before that, we had Falling Behind off the Moon album by the Rumpke Mountain Boys. And before that was Heaven Help the Fool from October 11th, 1980, Warfield Theater, San Francisco, California, the Grateful Dead. According to a study conducted by the U.S. Department of Transportation, lapses in driver attention have been identified as a significant contributing factor in as many as 90% of traffic crashes. Common causes of distraction include daydreaming, fatigue, children in the car, adjusting the radio, using a cell phone or texting, reading maps, applying makeup or shaving. Why would you be doing that? Stay safe and pay attention. This message from the Ohio Department of Public Safety and WAIF. And by the way, don't text while you're driving. If I find you texting while you're driving, I'm going to yell at you, and the third time you do it, you're no longer my friend. Alcohol and water don't mix. Alcohol is a major factor in boating casualties. Exposure to sun, vibration, and motion while boating can increase the effects of alcohol on your balance, vision, and coordination, making you more likely to be in a serious accident. Don't risk your life and the lives of others by drinking and boating. It's not worth it. Boating boozers are deadly losers. A message from the U.S. Coast Guard and WAIF Cincinnati. So there you go. Don't do that either. All right. So I kind of got real curious. Why in the heck would you have an 11th annual 21st birthday party? Most of us can figure out how much 21 and 11 is.
Well, when I actually turned 21, I was somewhat incapacitated, so I decided I was going to have a do-over after that, and then it just kind of snowballed from there. We've had some pretty good acts over the years. Under the Sun, Jamin Brahman, Romeo Champagne, The Works. We had Magic Jackson and Subterranean House Band. We've had a slew of special guests. And, of course, Boogie Matrix has been there for a whole big chunk of it. One year we were supposed to have a Works show up in Dayton, and it just, it was one of those winter weather sort of no-goes for the show, and we did it at my friend's house, and it's been a good time. For me, it's mostly about getting everybody together and meeting in the middle in the dead of winter, all the friends that we don't get to see except during the summer. It's for me, it's a big family reunion of sorts. So I really look forward to seeing everybody every winter. So if you're listening, get up to Columbus on Saturday. I want to see you.
It's always good to get the family back together. That's why Ramblin' Rob and I started the annual post-Thanksgiving, leftover Thanksgiving party that we have. It's been a little time since festival season, since we got to see all our family, and so we wanted them to get together.
Man, I was on your road for that, and my phone died, and I didn't remember the address, so I didn't make it.
Oh,
but I was out there.
You should have just started stopping at all the houses that had too many cars in the driveway.
I thought about that. There are a ton of them.
Darn. Next year, maybe we'll have to put a sign out front or something for people to find the place. It was a very good time. I had the best cheesecake, and a lot of the people have said the same thing. I had the best cheesecake I've ever had in my entire life. I hummed through dessert. It was so good. So you'll have to be there next year for sure. I had a question in my head I was going to just ask you. What the heck was it? Wow, complete and total.
African or European swallow?
I think it was a European. All right, well, while I'm trying to remember what the question was, I'm going to play one more song. Actually, that was the question. Thank you. You remembered. So you were talking about playing guitar. Is there anybody who's been on your mind lately, influencing you lately? Anybody you've been trying to copy off of or trying to absorb into your being?
Oh, man. Dude, so many of them. I definitely have been trying to learn some Grateful Dead over the past few weeks. I've got so many buddies in this local music scene. I've been learning through osmosis. I'm the type of guy that I like to stand in the front row and pay real close attention to what they're doing and how they're doing it, and watching that interplay between the musicians. Because, I mean, I'm taller than most of the people at the shows, and I can't hear worth a lick anyway, so, I mean, I'd rather just focus on the music. But one of my favorite guitar players is a fellow by the name of Al Di Meola. He's a classical guy, and he had fame with Chick Corea and Stanley Clarke through the 70s and 80s with a band called Return to Forever. And I just discovered an album he put out last year where he plays tribute to the Beatles, and I'd like to play a little Elanor Rigby for you.
That would be awesome. That was simply lovely.
Yeah, that man can shred.
Yes, I know a few people who really like him. And I agree. It makes me jealous because I can't play.
Oh.
My youngest son has tried to teach me a couple of times, but I don't know if I just don't have the ability, or maybe he just isn't the person I should be learning from. But I keep thinking I want to take up violin, which is supposed to be way harder than guitar. So I think I'm maybe just an idiot.
Yeah, it's definitely harder. There's no frets.
Well, I was told that oil painting is supposed to be the hardest kind of painting there is, but starting as a really young child, I wanted to be an oil painter, and I always had this idea of what it would feel like to paint the paints, and oil painting's a little expensive, so I didn't get to oil paint, but I got to watercolor, and then eventually I got to acrylic, and I kept trying to make these other materials work the way in my brain knew that oil paint would work, and none of it did what I wanted it to do until I got oil, and then it actually did exactly how I always thought it would be. And there's this strange inner part of me that tells me I can play violin, I can't play guitar, but there's something in me that tells me if I ever got a violin, I could play it. Dang it.
Go grab you a fiddle and call up Robbie Marion. Maybe he can help you out.
I'll start a little what is that fundraiser website?
Kickstarter.
Kickstarter, yeah, we'll get.
Hey, Robbie's going to be in town tonight. Maybe you should stop down and see him. He and Blue Moon Soup will be playing the Keller Williams after party.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Keller's in town at the Madison Theater tonight.
And where's Blue Moon Soup playing?
I believe it's Old Town Tavern.
Old Town?
I'm not exactly sure. It might be the bar right next door to Madison. Forgive me, guys.
Down there somewhere, Covington. Okay, so that's what's influencing you while you're playing right now, huh?
Yeah. And then there's always Steve Sweeney. He's the echelon to aspire to. The man is an alien.
Alien invasion on the guitar.
Oh yeah, I mean I've seen him conjure up energy straight from his toes and out of his head like a volcano. Well, he's in mid solo. I can't wait till tomorrow night to see him tear down Old Crowbar.
So Ramblin' Rob has a standard set of questions that he asks whenever he interviews different bands, and this just made me decide I wanted to ask you, not as a player, but he always asks about favorite musical memory. What is your one or more of your favorite musical memories?
First thing that springs to mind is definitely Further Fest in Angel Camp, California, just a few hours east of San Francisco. It was in 2010, and it was my first time really seeing the Grateful Dead since I'd sort of embraced their story and their history and their music. And I parked myself in front of Phil Lesh for 3 nights, and right during trucking, goodness gracious, it was like the whole story kind of swirled around and hit me in the face, and I was sold from there on out. Like that, this is a history-making band, and they've had a huge influence on my life and what I listen to and how I listen to it and what I try and play while I'm fiddling around at home on my guitar. And it really helped put into perspective a lot of the bands that I've listened to growing up, because you can definitely see the lineage. The Grateful Dead, they're the grandfathers. Yeah, that's fact.
So tell me a little more about this moment during trucking that was this epiphany for you.
Well, I don't know how much of it I can really discuss on the radio.
So you were altered.
Yeah, I had a couple of drinks, but boy, it was a song that I was already really familiar with, and there was just a buzz in the crowd that you could feel it, you could almost see it, and looking around, seeing all these people just hugging each other and having a good time. This particular weekend, they played 6 albums in their entirety, but the first night they played just a collection of other songs, other staples in their repertoire, and it was that first night that really captured me. And then boy, they did American Beauty, and they closed with Shakedown Street and the Terrapin Suite. And
my favorite. I love the Terrapin Suite.
Oh, I loved it. I'd do it again in a heartbeat.
It sounds to me like you were part of when the majority of the musicians that Rob interviews, and he asks them what's the best thing about being on stage, or during the question of what's your favorite musical moment, musical memory, they always talk about a magic that happens when they're playing. And when they talk about the magic of playing live, it is contingent on the audience. It's not just something that happens in themselves or that happens amongst the band members. It is definitely contingent on the audience receiving this palpable energy, taking it within them, and then bouncing it back out.
Oh yeah, a good live show is definitely a two-way street, and I haven't been on stage more than a couple of times, and there's plenty of good reason for that. But I've spent countless hours in an audience, and when there is that give and take of energy and attention between the band and the audience, it's a whole different feeling. It's a whole different experience, and it definitely takes a band to a whole different level. I've definitely been to shows where the band was just up there and they were playing and there wasn't a connection between them and their audience, even if there was a connection between their audience and them, if that makes any sense. But when the band connects with their crowd, it's something special.
I agree. It is. It's another dimension almost. I feel like, because you almost feel like you're floating when you're in that, when you're being a part of that whole thing. You just feel transcendent. The moments feel like they last longer, yet at the once they're concluded, they feel like they took no time at all. It's interdimensional, I think.
Oh yeah, I mean, I remember some years back we were at a Piece Their Music festival and the Works were headlining, and the Works encored with While My Guitar Gently Weeps, and I'd never heard him, but Hauser really took that song to different levels, and the crowd went nuts. They really worked their way into hearts and minds with that particular song.
I was there for that. That was pretty special. I agree.
Yep, Cope, if you're listening, that one's for you, buddy.
Nice. So, I again forgot. I got lost into that moment. That happens. I got lost into that moment, and I don't remember what I was going to say after that. So, I'm going to play It Must Have Been the Roses by the Grateful Dead, and let everybody know that if you're heading out anywhere, you might want to check the roads ahead of time. Give yourself a little time.
Indeed. Safe travels home, Rosie.
Getting covered in snow. So there you go with the It Must Have Been the Roses.
Mr. Bobby, there's no smoking in here.
Oh, it's all right, darling. I'm a volunteer fireman.
And he laid her head down in the roses. She had ribbons in her long brown hair. I don't know, maybe it was the roses. All I know, I could not leave her there. I don't know, must have been the roses. The roses are the ribbons in her long brown hair. I don't know, maybe it was the roses. All I know, I could not leave her there. 10 years the wind rolls the ships home from the sea, thinking, well, how it may blow in all good company. If I tell another what your own lips told
And that was It Must Have Been the Roses. October 20th, 1974, Winterland Theater, San Francisco. Last Wall of Sound show and the farewell show. All right. Mr. Phat Rob, what kinds of music festivals and music concerts and music stuffs are you looking forward to this year?
Well, it's a big month right here in January. Of course, tonight's Keller Williams in Cincinnati, Madison, well, Covington, I guess. And then tomorrow night, Hookah in Middletown with Oliver Hall from Akron. And, of course, Saturday night, I got my 11th annual 21st birthday party up at Park Street Tavern in Columbus, thanks to Mr. Paul Painter of Woodlands. And then at the end of this month, January 31st, Humphreys McGee will be at the LC in Columbus, and my homies from the Works will be opening for him.
Wow.
And afterwards, right next door at A&R Music Bar, Subterranean House Band from Dayton will be playing a free show. So that's going to be one of the best nights of music I've ever been to, I'm pretty sure. Dark Star's coming to town next month. Boy, it's hard to keep it all square. I've had this problem for years, just trying to keep everything in line, know what to tell people about.
It is hard, and when you have too many things, you start like going blah blah blah. Blah. I don't remember which weekend it was.
Oh,
it was somewhere in July, I think.
You still have dates kind of stuck in your memory from the year before, and send people to a show on a Tuesday.
It's not even till next Thursday.
Right.
Dang it. I know how it is. I'm pretty excited about the Dark Star Orchestra coming to the Madison Theater on February 5th myself, and then I'm not sure the date, but like a week later, I think it is, they're playing in Indianapolis, and Ramblin' Rob and I are going up for that one too. So.
Cool. Where's that? Is that the Murat or?
Maybe I let Mr. Ramblin' Rob take care of the details, and I just look pretty for the ride.
Deal. Ooh, speaking of that, Rat Dog's going to be at the Louisville Palace on March 12th.
Ooh.
And if you haven't been to that place, it's gorgeous.
I have not.
Oh, man. It was built during the Great Depression, and when you see the place, if you think of that, it'll really knock your socks off, because there are a lot of really talented artists in there working on that place. February 8th, a new band's popped up here in Cincinnati called Strange Mechanics. They got Tyler Mangarini, formerly of the Ski-Tones, playing keys for that group, and I caught him opening for Sub T at Stanley's Pub not too long ago, and I was pretty damn impressed.
Yeah?
Yeah, they've got it together. They got some
what
talent.
What kind of sound? What kind of sound? What genre?
It's jam music, but it's got a little more of a jazz flavor. It's not as wompy as the Ski-Tones. They still have a tiny bit of electronic element to it, but it's not overwhelming. And I'm looking forward to seeing them tighten up and move forward a bit
as they progress. I love watching people grow.
Yeah, because Rumpke holds it down here in Cincinnati, but when they're out of town, we need these bands to step up and
we need music
make
every
events.
night.
Yeah.
I saw that Cincinnati just announced some sort of a bluegrass festival downtown for the week after. What was that new festival we have downtown?
Oh, you caught me.
That weekend. It's like a 3-day music festival. They're
down there on the banks.
Yeah.
I've not been to it. It's not really been my cup of tea, and there's always been a conflicting event. But it's definitely been big for the city. It's created a buzz, and I know it's brought a lot of people down there. But I'm interested to hear more about this bluegrass festival.
Yeah, I am too. It just got announced yesterday, and I guess it's going to be the America's largest bluegrass festival, perhaps I saw. I don't really remember. I don't know. Don't quote me on that, but I'll send you the link on Facebook. I'll share it with you.
I appreciate that. We definitely need to get the boys involved in that.
Yeah, I think so.
Maybe a little bit of Blue Moon Soup.
I'll agree with that. Maybe a little New Old Cavalry. Yeah, I'm looking forward to, Ramblin' Rob and I are looking forward to the tie-dye ball next month also. That's in February. I should have some dates written down, but I didn't come prepared this time. And that's really a cool deal because they're raising money for musicians for catastrophic situations, because as I'm sure you know, that, well, being a musician doesn't come with a nice benefits package like a lot of jobs do.
No.
They don't get health insurance. They don't get, a lot of the benefits. And so if something happens to them, they're pretty much just kind of TSOL on their bills. And as anybody who's lived through the recession knows, sometimes 1 week without money can make the difference between you and the street. Yep. So this money is to pull money together for people who maybe have a house fire or get in a wreck, or maybe all of their band equipment gets stolen and therefore their way of making money. But I think it's mostly used for more catastrophic.
No, is that going to be a live music event?
It is a live music event, and I'm not sure. I should have came better prepared to talk about this. I'm not sure who all is at it. I do know that Jerry's little band is there every year, and I want to say the Spook Floaters get together and play at that too.
Okay.
And it's at the Redmore, which is a pretty neat venue, all kind of Art Deco-y on the inside. I like it. There's usually a few festy vendors set up, kind of small scale, but they have vendors, and then they have auctions. Last year they ran the auctions where you bought tickets, and then you put your ticket into a bag for each gift, because they had different gift package deals.
Like a raffle auction, silent raffle.
Yeah, well, it was like $1 a ticket, and then you put your ticket, and then they pulled a ticket out of that
for each
item.
That sounds cool.
Yeah, and there were a lot of neat gifts. There were trips, there were spa packages, there were guitar lessons, there was music and DVDs, there was some awesome etched glass, some tie-dyes, of course. I think I saw.
Sounds like I should throw that on my schedule.
Yeah, you should. It's definitely a worthwhile little project, because.
No, is that a swanky affair? Should I?
No.
Get a monkey suit?
No, not. Hey, you could if you wanted to be the best looking guy there.
I'd need more than a good suit for that, I'm sure.
But it's mostly a sea of tie dyes. It's
cool.
It's your basic hippie group. So yeah, it's a good time. But we're also very excited, like we were saying, about that Dark Star Orchestra coming. And as I prepped everybody, Ramblin' Rob is going to be doing another drawing for one pair of tickets to Dark Star at the Madison Theater today. So just get on his Facebook page, Ramblin' Rob. If you're already his friends, just send him a friend request, and he will accept you this evening. And then you can post to him what song I am about to play. And this is the first song that I ever saw live played by the Grateful Dead, this one by Dark Star Orchestra, Saint of Circumstance.
God
right, everybody. If you realize that was the Dark Star Orchestra tune, then you know that's the tune that you have to get onto Facebook and let Ramblin' Rob know. Smokestack Cindy played Dark Star Orchestra, Saint of Circumstance, to win the tickets. And then around midnight or so, Ramblin' Rob will let everybody know who's the winner. All right, we have, once again, our favorite phone-in interview on the road with Mr. Ryan Neeley. Ryan, you there?
I'm here.
How you doing today, Ryan?
I'm doing fabulous. How are you?
I am doing well.
Hey there, buddy.
We got Phat Rob on the line here, too. Ryan, say hey.
Yeah, how you doing, Phat Rob? Big birthday bash this weekend.
I'm stoked, man. Hey, I'm wearing our twin hats, man.
All right. Yeah, beautiful. The Ohio hat. Love it.
It is a good-looking hat.
It is. Phat Rob was actually in our magazine, him and Heather, in Appalachian Jam, which they were the fan of the month. So, yeah, everybody's really looking forward to that on Saturday at Park Street Saloon. So, definitely, that's going to be a good show.
That's awesome. And you can only find Phat Rob today, right this minute, on WAIF Cincinnati. Isn't that awesome?
That is right.
So, what have you been doing? It seems like it's been forever since I got to talk to you. Did you have a good New Year's, a good Christmas?
I did, yeah. I had an excellent Christmas. Kind of stayed home with the family and everything a lot this Christmas. I have a lot of things going on coming up. So the kids had a great Christmas. You know, they got spoiled. My girl got an American Girl doll. Spent, way too much money on that.
But she'll love it forever.
Yeah, she will. It's tough spending that much money on a doll.
Yeah.
But you do whatever you can for the kids. That's right. And New Year's, I actually was trying to head to the Rumpke show, but my wife had to work on New Year's Eve, so I made it up to Barefoot Ronnie's place up there, the Mission in Canton. So Adam Zale played, and it was a great time.
Good. I saw your Facebook post that somebody had compared it to a middle school lock-in.
It was like our moms were going to come pick us up at the end or something, like,
that's so cute.
Don't smoke in the building. They might tell your mom at the end whenever they come pick you up. Everybody's camped out at the bottom of this church and everything. It was a good time though. So definitely something to check out. He's got something neat going on up there, and it's really beautiful. It's got a lot of potential.
Awesome. Doesn't he have a show coming up here shortly that I think I saw online?
Yeah, he does. I think it's the 25th, I believe, the 24th and 25th. And I'm not exactly sure who's all playing the show. I think Broccoli Samurai, I believe, is playing, a few other bands. So, yeah, and then he has another one in March with Hookah. So I think he's trying to do something just about every month.
Awesome. What a productive guy.
Yeah, seriously, he's a fun guy.
Yeah, we love Barefoot Ronnie.
You get a lot of stuff done when you got a golf cart.
That's true.
He gets that golf cart inside of a van.
Have you watched him do this? Have you watched it?
I have not, but I want to see it. So my friend told me he did it. I was just like, how does he do that? If he can do that, he can do anything.
I haven't watched him do it either, but the description, him telling you how he does it is puts one of the funniest pictures in my head, because he's got to play limbo and everything.
Yeah, you got to lean back or something. Seriously.
Yep.
So yeah, we actually had KR3, had Fletcher's Grove in town back here in Wheeling this weekend. So that was a really good show, and those guys are such a fun band to see. They're back here in West Virginia, but they do some stuff out in Ohio. So if you ever get a chance, check those guys out.
Yeah, I was just checking out actually the brand new promotional poster for the Bicycle Day show you guys are KR3 is going to be doing. That's a pretty nice poster.
Yeah, they do some really cool posters.
Yes, they do. So I've been concerned all week and last week about you guys. Is your water okay?
Yeah, we're fine up this way. Down in Charleston, they're having some issues. I've been talking to a friend of mine down there, Washboard Dave. He does the Boulevard Tavern. He runs down there, and I guess they have the water back on down that way and everything, but I wouldn't drink it. We're safe up this way. We're a little bit north of that, so water flows, south, luckily, and so we're not in the danger zone.
Yeah, Cincinnati actually is. I believe it was about a day and a half ago. The whatever we'll call it sludge was supposed to be passing Cincinnati, and so they closed all their intake valves here in Cincinnati.
I was just going to ask you about that. I saw that on the news because I saw that Louisville was kind of next. So I'm wishing you guys well and everything with that. I believe they said they had enough water in reserve and everything, so you guys should be in the clear.
Yes, that is correct. But it really surprises me. Like, is this chemical heavy that it doesn't end up dispersing? Like it stays in a gathered group and is going down the river in a puddle, or you'd think that it would dissipate. It would cling along the river. It would go into tributaries, and that eventually, as it goes down, it would be less and less and less. But I haven't really heard how that's supposed to work.
Yeah, I'd be on the cautious side. I'd definitely be drinking water, some bottled water, and stock it up on that kind of thing. So
can't we just put like a bunch of coffee filters attached to each other out in the middle of the river and like?
Yeah, seems like it would work.
Something. It doesn't seem like anybody's doing anything, though. Kind of is the point. It seems like somebody needs to be thinking of doing something. Anywho, let's go on to bigger and better things. You're safe, and that was my main concern. Hopefully everybody else is too.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, and
I'm curious. You have any information about the tea party yet?
We don't have any a lot of information. We do have some. We have the dates confirmed and everything, and there are some confirmed acts right now. But the major acts, I kind of know who we're looking at, but I can't share that with you just yet. But that's always a real fun. That's always a real fun festival to go to. So, we have that down in West Virginia, and we always have a really good time at it. So, if you can, come check that out.
Just as soon as you let us know who's going to be there.
I will. I'll do that probably maybe as soon as next week, I think. I think there were so many people that just announced this week that you'd almost get lost with all the announcements that they have.
No joke. I have to agree with that. What do you think about this Outcast at DSO Jubilee?
Yeah, that was a joke.
Oh, okay. You had me freaked out. I'm like, what? What?
No, that was a big joke. Actually, Outcast is they've named Outcast. Yeah, no, they've named Outcast for a bunch of other festivals. So it was just kind of an odd thing that I put out there because I think it is going to bring a different vibe to a festival to have that. But
yeah,
we'll see how it works out. Definitely.
So, what's going on over the next couple of weeks?
Well, this weekend actually got a lot of things going on. Rumpke's, they're on tour right now with Gans, with David Gans. They played Cleveland last night. Tonight they're in Toledo. And they're jumping out to Indiana this on Friday, and then coming back for Phat Rob's birthday bash at Park Street Saloon on Saturday. So yeah, that's going to be something that's I think is going to be pretty packed. So everybody's looking forward to Phat Rob's birthday bash.
Yeah, they are. Not any more than Phat Rob is, though.
Oh no, yeah, definitely not.
Yeah.
I'm at the candy store.
I'm sure, that's I would be too. And how many years is this that you've been doing it now?
This is the 11th annual.
Is it? Oh, that's amazing.
As far as throwing shows in public, though, this will be, let's see, the 6th one.
Excellent. So, well, it's a lot to put together, so I commend you, but I'm sure it'll be a great time.
Man, commend Johnny K. and Paul Painter. They put most of that on their backs.
Right. Paul Painter's a great guy, so I definitely, it's a lot to put together, but it'll be great, I'm sure. So, yeah, tonight, actually, though, we have I think the Hoopla in the Hills pre-party with Keller Williams
Yes, sir.
at the Madison Theater. Yeah, all right. So, and then after, Blue Moon Soup's going to be at the Old Town Theater.
Yeah.
For the after party. So,
Are you going to be in town for
such a
that?
fun band. I am not. No, I wish I could, but my wife has me on a few shows a week diet right now, so I can't make it out.
Sometimes you got to be on a short leash.
Yeah, right.
You did just buy that expensive doll.
Right, exactly. So,
sacrifices we make.
Exactly, right. So, but yeah, this weekend there's a lot of things going on. Friday, there's going to be in Middletown, Ohio, Buckeye Music Magazine is going to have Hookah in Oliver Hall. So that's something fun to see.
Mm-hmm.
We're actually going to host Glow Stick Willie here for their debut in Pittsburgh Friday night.
Nice.
So, yeah, so we're real excited about that. And then on Saturday, Hookah's going to be in town with KR3 and Thunderbird in Pittsburgh. And I think this weekend it's a good bit of hookah shows coming up. If you wear a schwa to the show or some hookah gear or buy some merchandise, you actually get in a drawing to win a signed acoustic guitar. So it's a pretty neat promotion.
That's
an
awesome promotion.
Yeah, definitely. So I think they gave one away this past weekend. But yeah, next week, another thing a lot of people are looking forward to in town is Yonder's going to be in town. And I wanted to mention that Rumpke's actually doing a bus. And the last time, and this was a really fun time, they do like a pre and after party where they have a bus ride to the show. So if you could make it to something like that, that's always something that they have. It's really
so
fun.
If all you want to see is Rumpke's and you don't care about the bus, can you get a discount ticket just to stay at Stanley's?
I'm sure you can. I'm sure they'll work something out with you.
Is Rumpke leaving and going to see Yonder, or are they going to keep playing?
I'm not sure. Last time, I think they went for a little bit, so I don't think they took the bus, though.
Right.
So,
I'll say this. If you're going to that Yonder show and you're planning on making it over to the after party, you better hightail it when you get out because it feels quick.
Yeah.
Right.
I've seen many, many, many days where Rumpke's played Stanley's that it's been sold out and there's people left out in the cold just waiting.
Who sells out on a Tuesday? That's nuts.
No one but Rumpke's.
Right. And I know, though, that if you do have, if you do take the bus, then you're guaranteed a ticket into the show. So, or into the Rumpke, so you're guaranteed a spot at Stanley's.
Oh, well, that's good.
So, yeah. And just before I get off the phone, I did want to mention for Mad Tea Party Jam, some of our headliners, Dovapod, Pigeons Playing Ping Pong, The Mantras, Mugatu, Talk, Consider the Source. So some of the bands that are going to be there. And we have some bigger bands that we're getting ready to announce. And it's June 19th to the 22nd in Hedgesville, West Virginia.
Awesome.
What was this?
What was the name of the festival?
That was the Mad Tea Party Jam.
Ooh.
So,
that's a hot one.
So that's,
I love mantras.
Yeah, they're fun. I like Pigeons Playing Ping Pong, too.
I love
they're
Pigeons playing ping pong.
Yeah, they're playing in New York at a bowling alley this weekend, which is pretty cool. They have a place called Brooklyn Bowl. They're not playing at that one, but a different one. But you wouldn't think that a concert in a bowling alley would mix, but it's really something that's neat. And they're such a fun band to see. They're funky and everything. I really like them.
Greg is a born front man.
Yes.
He is.
Like,
He told me one
he's got
time.
an afro. He'd be Greg.
He told me one time that he would pay people $20 if they could stand still at one of his shows. Like if they could just stand there and not dance or whatever. So, and it'd be hard to do.
Yep.
They can definitely bring the funk.
That is hilarious. Good guys.
So, definitely.
Awesome. Well, are there any shout-outs that you want to do this week? Anybody you wanted to say hey to, happy birthday, happy anniversary, any of that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I did want to, wish Rob a happy birthday there. And my friend Timmy, we just had his birthday this past weekend at the Fletcher's Grove show. So wanted to wish him a happy birthday. It was an amazing birthday show. Lots of people came out, so happy birthday, Timmy.
Yay for Timmy, and yay for Mom. I love birthdays. They're, you know, what other time do you get to unabashedly, unashamedly just run around celebrating yourself?
Yeah, right.
Exactly.
We just had a nice birthday party for Heather last weekend. We went and played laser tag, and then our good friend Chad Shazer of Headphone Dance Party took us down to Freeze Cafe, and we flash mobbed a silent disco. We just rolled in, set it up, and started doing it. It was a blast.
That sounds like fun.
Those are great. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome
I'll
stuff.
never forget Silent Disco at Family Roots Festival. We were dancing in the dawn at the dawn. The Family Roots meeting where Rob was
tabletopping everyone.
it was hilarious. But yeah, well, thanks a lot. I appreciate it, and happy birthday. I hope everything goes great on Saturday, Rob.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Ryan, for calling in again. We will talk to you next Thursday.
Yes, we will.
All right. Awesome. I miss you when you don't call.
All right. Well, thank you very much. I apologize for missing you last week, and I'll talk to you next week.
That's all right.
Godspeed. Tell Taco and Lisa said hey.
All right. We love you, Ryan. You have a great week.
Love you, too.
Peace
All
out.
right, peace out. Bye.
I just love him. He's such a good guy.
Indeed.
And that's why we go to the festivals, right?
Yeah, man.
Where else are you going to meet these people from West Virginia or wherever?
Right. I met him because we had the same hat on, different colors, and I've never seen anybody else with this particular cap. So
there
I
you
knew
go.
It had to be pretty cool.
There you go. That's exactly true. Well, let's see. I think it's probably time for a little bit of music. But first, a little promo. Hello, mortals. Want to hear rockabilly, reggae, classical, poetry, disco, doom metal, novelty, and all other types of genres? Well then, tune into The Great Pacific Garbage Patch with your hosts, Dumb Rob and John, as they bring you music of the teens, the 20s, the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and the new millennium. Let your hair hang down low and have your head up in the clouds on Tuesdays from 1 to 3 p.m. here on WAIF 88.3 FM, or visit us on the web at gpgpradio.wordpress.com. So there you go. Alrighty, I think we're going to move on to a little Grateful Dead. This one is from all the way back in 1990. And this one is The Last Time.
long is the road we will travel on down? Short are the legs that we'll struggle behind. Wish I knew for sure just where we were bound. What we will be doing, what we're gonna find. Wherever we go, there will be birds to chime, flowers to color in the fields around. Wherever we go, we'll be right here. You can't get lost when you're always found. Ain't no fog thick enough to hide you. Your daddy's gonna be right here beside you. If your fears should start to get inside you, I will take you home. I will take you home. Gonna carry you back home in my arms. I will take you home.
I will take you home. 70% of Americans have experienced a life-threatening accident or violent assault. Later, nearly 20% of those survivors experience reoccurring memories, having difficulty concentrating or sleeping. These are all symptoms of post-traumatic stress disorder, which is a treatable condition. For more information, call 802-296-6300 or visit the website at www.ptsdinfo.org. Suicide is the 11th most frequent cause of death in the U.S. Someone dies from suicide every 16 minutes. Suicidal ideas and attempts to harm oneself are the result of problems that may seem like they cannot be fixed. Seek professional help. Call the toll-free National Suicide Prevention Hotline at 1-800-273-TALK. That's 1-800-273-8255. The lines are open 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can also visit their website at www.suicidepreventionlifeline.org. So if you know anybody who's having a bad time, you might want to get them that number. And if it's you, if you don't want to call them, you can call me while I'm here. And I'll talk to you and tell you that no matter what the problem is, there's always a way around it. All righty. So we're getting close to the end here. We got about 15 minutes left in the show. Phat Rob had a request for some Brent, so I think I will play some West LA Fadeaway. This one is from April the 8th, 1989, Riverfront Arena, Cincinnati, Ohio. Woo. If I can get it going.
Washington.
West LA Fadeaway from Cincinnati. That was a very good request, Phat Rob.
Well, a good song. Thank you.
Yeah, I agree. All righty, so we've got about 12 minutes left in the show, and I wanted you to remind everybody again about the time and the place and whatnot about your 11th annual 21st birthday party.
Yep, that's going to be up there in Columbus at Park Street Saloon. That's at 525 North Park Street, and we'll be getting started about 8 o'clock. You can come up there whenever you want. I'm sure we'll be up there getting everything set up and getting in order, and that bar will be flowing. So don't be shy about showing up early, because we'll be up late.
Awesome. Well, is there any, since we only have a couple minutes left, was there anybody that you wanted to send any shout-outs to or any thank yous to before we conclude today's show?
Hey, shout-outs to all the boys in Ohio that are making all that good music. Boogie Matrix, Albert Hall, The Works, Acoustic Hookah. Thanks to you and Ramblin' Rob for having me on today.
Oh, no problem.
This has been awfully fun.
Awesome.
Been enjoying it.
Awesome.
Hello, Heather. Hope you're listening over at Myers Winery.
Yeah, Myers Winery. I didn't know she was working over there.
Yeah.
Ah, I like their stuff.
Ohio's oldest winery.
Yeah, I like their stuff. That's good stuff. Hi, Heather. All righty. Well, this has been another edition of The Greatest Story Ever Told. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in. And until next week, y'all have an awesome week. Stay warm. We love you. And as I always do, I'd like to remind you that if you would like to make a difference in your child's life, sit down and eat a meal with them. You'd be surprised at the results. Those kids that won't never tell you anything about their life, they just might start opening up. So keep that in mind, y'all, and have a great week. Love ya.
Take care. Love you.
Love you,
There are people in this country who work hard every day. Not for fame or fortune do they strive, but the fruits of their labor are worth more than their pay, and it's time a few of them were recognized.